You are tuned into Ears Have Ears, Unexplored Territories in Sound on FBI. My name is Brooke Olsen and we're coming to you on stage at FBI's Performance Broadcast Space. And tonight we'll feature a performance by the shifting experimental music group Alaska Orchestra. And they're driven by this really fantastic musician, composer and artist, Megan Alice Clune. Tonight, Meg will be joined on stage by Adam Gazowski on guitar, Hugh Deacon on drums and laptop. And after the performance, there'll be a Q&A which will be led by the Sydney musician and teacher, Rainbow Chan. I'd like to invite Alaska Orchestra on stage and get them ready to play.
Recently with verbal-based score and semi-improvised works where you give instructions and then leave a lot of it open to interpretation by the performer or audience participant member. So you must have an element of trust in the performers. How do you feel relinquishing that control?
In a lot of ways as a composer, I find that a much more enjoyable thing to do, to be able to give someone agency to really express themselves and do what they want to do is really good. Like, you don't often get that in life, not only in music. So being able to give that is a really cool thing. Like, I definitely have a lot of frustrations, particularly with like contemporary classical music. Definitely moving into more improvised music has been like a really big release for me and enabled me to kind of take a bit more control over my output, I guess. I don't know.
More control, you'd say? More? Or
But in letting go.
Yeah, right, okay. Maybe looking at music from the periphery and not always choosing it as the focus. It's kind of like a rebellion against classical music.
Yeah, it's like the quietest rebellion I think you could make.
Would you ever just like do a performance piece where you just snap your clarinet in half, as a gesture?
Yeah, it'd be really punk.
What excites you about the relationship between music and time and space?
Practicing, you're often doing long notes for like half an hour where you're really listening to the really minute details within the note. And I think that's kind of how I ended up getting drawn into this music. In this day and age where we're like tied to our phones and our computers and our emails, and I think it's really important to not be bound by time in the same way and to sort of feel a release from that. And for me personally, listening to this music gives me that sensation. So I hope that is sort of portrayed.